We here for the great debate, chat. We here for the great debate. Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch, man. We into some good shit. And explain the rules to the chat.
Alright, so first before we get on to that, this time I'm gonna decide which team get to go first. And Reds and D-Walk, I'm gonna give y'all 3 NBA players. Y'all gotta guess which one my favorite. Whoever get it, y'all team gets to go first. So we got Alperen Şengün, Paolo Banchero, or Trae Young.
I'm gonna say Trae Young.
Dave stepped up. Dave said, "Fuck Reds." I got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Paolo.
All right, we'll go with Ray's option since you picked.
I'm gonna do Trae Young.
It's Trae Young.
Ooh, yeah, no, I had a feeling it was Trae Young, but
I'm confident either way.
Yeah, we good.
All 3 of them in my top 5 anyways. But so D-Walk and Alex, they gonna go first. And basically, like Kai said, it's a Becky versus Charlotte debate. Becky versus Charlotte, Jordan versus Bird. Okay. I don't even know what that means. But both teams gonna have their opening arguments. They gonna get 4 minutes. Then team 1, which is Alex and D-Walk, they gonna get into their main points, and team 2 will have a rebuttal. Then it flips with team 2 making their main points for 7 minutes, and team 1 getting the rebuttal. Then they'll both have 3 minutes for the closing arguments. And who knows what can happen in between the breaks. But team 1, y'all have 4 minutes. Let me know when y'all ready.
All right, we
And
ready?
if you're not ready, I think you guys need a 7-Eleven Fusion Energy drink to help you get ready. Stay energized and stay focused.
D-Walk, do your 2 minutes. I'm right behind you. Go.
You said I gotta pick the matches. You said this the matches, so I pick 1 or 2 matches, or what I do?
Nah, just explain your reason why
No,
you
just
think.
give me your opening.
That she better.
Becky Lynch is the GOAT.
They already lost, bro. You can already
First debate.
No. I'm letting my co-host from NXT Time from D-Walk.
Go ahead, Alex. No, you go first.
And I know he's gonna
You
talk
go
about
first.
kicking ass.
Let me marinate.
Right.
Go ahead first.
Right.
we got
Becky
them, Rage.
No. Becky Lynch debuting in NXT in 2014 around the same time as Charlotte, Bayley, and Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Moné, came out, debuted as a stereotypical Irish person that she herself has admitted was the worst mistake of her life. However, we were talking about accidents. Accidents bring astonishment. Becky's rise to stardom didn't really get noticed until Ronda Rousey started popping up, and the infamous punch heard around the world that gave her a concussion and got her famous. From that point on, Becky Lynch has been known for the last 6 years as the man. And due to creative story writing of backstage segments, matches here and there, her being a mother and then coming back, her going to NXT to fulfilling her dream of getting the NXT title, since she was the only one of the 4 horsewomen who never got the title. And now is trying to elevate the Intercontinental Women's belt, because the first inaugural woman, Lyra, was trash and Bird Lady. So now, as a debate for saying that Becky Lynch is the best thing of all time, Charlotte Flair is a wrestler. She's an acrobatic. She's part of a dynasty. However, she is not an icon. She is not, nor will ever be the man. She will be, I'm the 16, 17, 29, 35 thing champion. You're not the man. You're not the man that even men themselves said, look at that bitch. That bitch is the man. Charlotte's like, who is that person? I think an alien, took over her face. That's what I think about Charlotte Flair right now. But D-Walk, any thoughts on what I just said?
Let me say, I'm gonna hit a Martin quote on y'all. How you say, how my man in DMV say, tell Martin you tougher than leather and well put together. All right, so Becky Lynch, hey, she evolved. She went from that dancing goofy ass gimmick to being a man, and she fucking dominated. We seen her evolve into every different stage, to every different situation. She also won damn near every title. And she wrestled fucking a lot of fucking people. Mm-hmm. She wrestled Mercedes Moné. with Sasha Banks, Bailey, Ronda Rousey. Like I said, she got busted in the fucking nose. Her shit was busted open. And she took that like a man and was just like, yeah, I want some more. I want blood. I mean, like I said,
And she
you
was
can't take nothing away from Becky Lynch. Huh?
And she was
Keep going,
concussed.
y'all. Y'all still got
And
time.
to addendum,
Keep going, yeah.
her
Keep
injury,
going.
and to add to the addendum, the difference in numbers of injuries between Becky Lynch and Charlotte are astronomical. Becky's injury list is only under 3. Charlotte's injury list is over 5.
Okay.
Over a long period of time. So if you look at wrestlers and their performance, Becky has outlived Charlotte in time more than wrestling. We'll get to the Charlotte thing later, but that's what I gotta say about Becky.
And I
Great
want to say
person,
this.
and
That
she didn't change her face.
she had to change now since she had that knee surgery. So a lot of shit she can't do now.
Mhm.
So I don't even give her that long to still wrestle because that knee is a bitch right now. You know what I mean? Becky Lynch, she just came back from having a baby, and she probably could get another run for probably at least probably I don't know, fucking 8-9 years.
Good. She's adapted her style. She's changed her
Mhm.
style to adapt to her life. She had a baby. She can't do a high flyer like Charlotte. She can't do a submission like Bailey and Sasha. So I'll just switch up my style. I'll take other people's wrestling moves, change them, call them the manhandle slam, and work it out. So
And what
that's all I
happened?
got about that.
You said you don't even see Charlotte do the splits, or remember how she used to do the splits, fucking at the ring, and then climb in and do the flip. She can't. A lot of shit she can't do that no more. She damn near fucking wanna. I don't want to say limited because that's too average. I want to say like she still got it, but she can't do it in the high level she used to.
Okay.
That's your time.
Hey, yo, Rex, what you want to do? You want to go first or me?
Hey, hold on.
Oh,
That's Lowry
super.
Rain trash. What are we talking about?
Okay. Now.
Who trash?
Alex said the Lowry Rain was trash. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
about
Larry. Yeah, Alex, you tripping on that?
this.
Is that
Yeah,
all
he is tripping.
But
What
y'all
rain?
ready?
What rain? Come on now.
Rage and Dave, y'all are up. Hey,
Yeah,
this
you
is the
guys-
first time I think anybody has ever used the full 4 minutes in the opening argument. So congratulations to y'all for making
Rake,
history on the stream.
Rake, you wanna go or me?
I can
You
go for
want to let
10.
me set the?
I'll go first. I'll go
All right,
first.
go ahead.
Are we
All
are
right,
we
y'all.
saying our Charlotte point, or are we responding to what they said?
Open
Just
Open
open
argument.
Huh?
Just
Just
open an
do your
argument.
opening. Don't do a
Yeah.
rebuttal yet.
Hey, Jude, I feel you.
Okay. All right. So I'll go first, Dave. So Charlotte, her story rarely like is a rare case in wrestling. It's a story of a fulfilled prophecy, and we've like if you really think about it, if you go back in history, what wrestler offspring combination like directly like parent parent child combination has been this good on like in either division like men or women like it's never happened. Charlotte coming into NXT, she was not good. She was a face, and she was relatively. And I know somebody just mentioned this about. I think it was mentioning Becky Lynch, but it also applies. Like you guys are trying to really discredit. It also applies to Charlotte. Charlotte really started way later than Becky. I remember seeing Charlotte in the crowd against in WrestleMania 24 with Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels. I remember seeing her. She was looking like a soccer mom who knew that she had this capability. She came in NXT. Her NXT reign wasn't that memorable for all the allure NXT has, but at the same time, she was a champion. Unlike, but we're not. This is Charlotte. This is Charlotte's case. Then she comes on to the main roster. Charlotte is the bridge. Charlotte is the real bridge between the Divas era and the women's era. That's Charlotte Flair, and I don't. That's undeniable right there. So, That and accolades. I mean, we can get into accolades. She went back even. Wait a minute. I know I just said the NXT thing. She went back. She mended that fence and had an NXT run and I think she has 2 NXT title reigns. So if you really want to be honest, well, NXT champ. Well, that's an admission in itself. Not to digress, that NXT is a developmental brand that they don't consider those world titles. She is a 16-time world champion. But I think that's all I have to say. I think her story is one of fulfilled prophecy and one of a rare occurrence in the wrestling industry and sports entertainment. So, what do you got to say, Dave?
Yeah, I'm going to real quick piggyback off what Ray says. He makes a really good point. Most second generation, third generation wrestlers, when their dad's the level of greatness of a Ric Flair, they flop tremendously.
Look at David Flair.
Yeah, bro. Look at all of them in the past. Like, most people don't live up to their Hall of Fame dads, but Charlotte has met every expectation and then some. You want to talk about she's not an icon? Women's wrestling in WWE wasn't taken seriously until Charlotte versus Natalya at the 2014 NXT TakeOver. When they killed it that night with Bret Hart in Natalya's corner and Ric Flair and Charlotte Flair's corner, that's when we started to see the Bayley versus Sasha Banks at TakeOver. Then we saw more women main eventing at TakeOvers. That absolutely shifted the entire landscape because we saw 2 second generation women absolutely kill it. If that's not iconic, I don't know what is. And then we want to talk about accolades. Becky doesn't even compete. Like, if it was, and we want to talk about the manhandle slam. First of all, she does the manhandle slam ugly. It doesn't look good.
That was 4 minutes.
That was quick, dog.
All right, I think I'm
that was 4 minutes.
Dave.
Yeah, you went like.
No, I was about to hit him with another point, but damn, bro.
You're gonna have some more time later, but hold on. God, you got a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
What, Christmas in about like 6 months, six some months? Hey, anybody in the chat that y'all got kids?
Didn't that comment with Ray Rodriguez, that weak ass finisher?
Hey, hold on. Make sure y'all go to Walmart, get some action figures. Montez Ford, Great Khali. Make sure y'all get these for y'all kids.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
Hey man, y'all, we gotta pay the bills. Y'all, we gotta run these ads.
Pay the bills.
So y'all be ready.
Weak ass finisher.
Now,
so
can I have my?
One,
yeah.
Y'all gonna have 7 minutes to make y'all main points.
Okay. My rebuttal. Let's go. I'll let you. I'll let you go after me, D-Walk. To go to the NXT, I knew that you were gonna bring up the freaking Charlotte versus Natalya match because everyone brings up the Charlotte versus Natalya match. Fun fact: that show, I watched it over with the Invisible Woman. It wasn't that great. I mean, to be compared, to understand, 2013 to 2015, Charlotte wasn't that great. They were just pushing her because she was a name. She was an acrobatic. She's like, I'm gonna try this out. Let's have some fun. That's the truth about Charlotte. Charlotte only really gave a shit about wrestling until 2018, 17, 19, when they started hyping up the 4 Horsewomen, when they started doing the Women's Evolution match and all the other things. That's when Charlotte really was going good. I will give her accolades too. Charlotte versus Becky was a great match. The difference is that we know Charlotte more because of her outside antics than her inside antics. Her 3 divorces, her alcohol problem, her fact that she doesn't want to respect anybody, the debacle between her and Tiffy, like that is going to go down as the annals of history of what not to do when you go up against a legend and a newcomer. That's right off the bat. Yeah. And she went to NXT to push Tiffy. It wasn't because she was in NXT to have a second accolade. No, she went to NXT because they told her, you need to go to NXT. We have this new woman that is you, but younger, named Tiffy. We need to push her ass. And then they pushed her ass and then sent her to the moon where she is right now. Getting buried by the same woman that pushed her in NXT before WrestleMania. Now she's going to get buried by Naomi. Shout out to Naomi. You deserve that belt. You deserve that briefcase. Get it up. So let's go back to Becky. Becky, yeah, doesn't have a lot of matches on her belt, but she has moments. And that's and again, she wasn't that great at NXT. She didn't have any great matches in NXT. And by the way, NXT 2014-15 was the time of the Blue Girl, Eva Marie, and a Sailor Woman that got fired. Okay, let's not fantasize or romanticize 2014 women's division in NXT. It wasn't that great at all. Freaking Liv Morgan didn't even know what the fuck she was doing. Alexa Bliss was with the Dubstep Cowboys. That was not a great time for all of us. But back to Becky. Becky Lynch, doing all the things that she has done, has a very small injury-prone list, and she's adapted. Yeah, that manhandle slam sucks. True, but she can do it out of nowhere. She can pop it up out of nowhere. Charlotte had a move that was badass in the beginning of NXT. She can't even do that anymore because it fucked up her knees. Then she started doing the moonsault to the outside. That didn't work anymore. Okay, Black Couch Monet. Then she started doing the figure eight. That was fucking her up even more. Then she had to take time off because of her 1, 2, 3 divorces. Now they're just giving her the belt 16 times because they wanted, like, oh, we got to do it like Flair. One person said it best. It's not how many times you win the belt. It's how many times you lose and how many times it matters. And again, I don't really know a lot of memorable matches from Charlotte. Maybe the NXT one, maybe the Becky one. She didn't have a great match with Bayley. She didn't have a great match with fucking Sasha. She never had a great match with Nia Jax. She never had a great match with Ronda Rousey. She can do a lot of acai moonsaults. Wow. Guess what, Charlotte? We have someone that we cloned that's better. It's called Soruka. So why do we even need you anymore, Charlotte? Honestly, unless you want to pay more money for your face. That's a D-Walk go.
All right, so I'm gonna get like this, hit it down here. This is what I'm saying. Like I said, a lot of wrestlers, Becky wrestled, neither it was a good match or Becky made it look good. Even when Becky wrestled Nia Jax, the match is still good. Every time Charlotte wrestled Nia Jax, they always end up fighting for real. I mean, like to me, like I said, Becky Lynch, she moved past Charlotte, but I'm not gonna take her accolades away from Charlotte. Charlotte's still the shit. But now it's just they giving it to her now because hey, your last name Flair. We want another Flair that had this be up there with his dad, with your dad. Like I said, her brothers them. That was WCW. WCW, they was a lot of small wrestlers besides Rey Mysterio and a handful didn't even make it over to the WWE.
Nope.
But so that's why I said like
also,
at first, huh?
Yeah.
No, that's why I said.
No, I was
Charlotte,
just real quick.
like I said,
Also, because yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, D-Walk.
No, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say also as addendum.
No, I
Also,
was done.
Charlotte's actions have also affected. Oh, sorry. Charlotte's actions has also affected the world. Let's bring up Andrade. If it wasn't for her, Andrade would have not been hired, fired, and rehired again because of her, not because of the wrestling. Whatever. No, they're like, okay, Charlotte wants him back because they're married. Oh well, we hired him. Oh well, okay, they divorced. Oh well, that fucking sucks. Let's just bury Andrade because he's not one of the greatest Latino wrestlers that they've had in the last 5 years. Come on. I'm not hating on the queen. She's just not that memorable. Becky, in terms of icon, like in the iconness, is better. It's just better. Sorry, man. I like the whole hell. Black Couch Books knows this. I got a clip of Becky saying that she's less than regular garbage, but she's still garbage. Like, holy shit. That's a fucking badass clip. I don't have any clips from Charlotte saying anything. Except saying I'm a drunk. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Damn.
All right. So what's this part? This is the rebuttal.
Yes.
Okay.
Forgot I was muted. But all right. So y'all gonna Dave and Reg, y'all gonna have 6 minutes for a rebuttal.
All right. I'll do 3 minutes real quick. I'm looking at the time, Dave. I got it. So I'm just gonna acknowledge everything you said. So as far as accolades, again, Charlotte is the bridge from the Divas division to the women's division. So I would say, I mean, that's kind of her birthright, for lack of a better term, to have all the accolades and is just due it. I think her matches warrant that. like you're saying, you're feeling to like you're feeling to mention in regards to Becky Lynch that she has. Charlotte clears Becky in matches. We could go. I mean, we could go to the NXT. That's her first notable win, but that's not her best win at all. If you're just talking about the main roster, you can talk about recently. You can talk about the Charlotte Rhea match. You can talk about the first couple of the first two Money in the Bank matches that she really her and Natalya were leaders of. That she doesn't get credit for. You got the triple threat match with her, Sasha, and who was the third least popular person in that match? Becky Lynch, the least popular of all four, still outside of the man. Charlotte has been relevant her entire run. And she's had big matches from the start. Even from like the first brand split, she was the face of Raw. Her and Sasha, they were the ones that were hot potato in the championship. So
Facts.
like for the greatness you say Mercedes was, all the championships she's got, most of them came from that feud with Charlotte.
Facts.
So and like as far as injuries, that I think she first. I think she was an athlete before she was a wrestler. That's first. Then she was a volleyball player. I guess she's not the greatest she's not better technically, whatever that means, but her moves look more real and she's taking more risks than Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch can't even do a flip. She's more athletic, so she's more prone to get injured. So that's all I gotta say. And that's my 3 minutes.
First of all, the lack of respect for Charlotte is wild on this chat and from Alex, bro. There's not an ounce of respect. This ain't even a debate. This is a hit piece, bro.
Right.
But Charlotte,
welcome to the PUWF, sir. Well,
Charlotte. All right, it's our time, bro. Charlotte is way more athletic than Becky. Becky can't even make that manhandle slam look good. She can't even throw a regular leg drop and make it look good. And if we're talking about in-ring technical ability, Charlotte blows her out of the water. If we're talking about promos, Charlotte, I think it's a tough battle, but I'll still give it to Charlotte because she's more consistent. Becky, you don't get to suck for the first 5 years of your career. Come up because you got punched in the nose. And that Charlotte puts you over at Evolution. Look at Becky's whole story. If we're being unbiased and not being haters, Becky doesn't become who she is without beating Charlotte at Evolution. I don't care what you feel.
Hey, Dave,
she does not become who she is.
Can I please say something real quick? Not to digress real quick, but
go ahead, bro.
Talk about the impact of that incident. Nia Jax really should have got that spot after punching her in the nose.
Word.
Like she should have got it really don't even make sense.
Word. So, yeah. But Becky doesn't get to where she is without constantly going against Charlotte, turning against Charlotte out after Evolution and getting that moment. That moment, along with Nia Jax punching her in the nose, turned her into the man, whereas Charlotte was already an established main eventer years before Becky finally got in her groove, bro. Face it, Becky needed Charlotte to become the best version of herself. Charlotte was already the best version of herself, whether you like it or not. And like my man said, stay off the weed, bro. Becky might be the least talented out of the horsewomen. Like, if we're talking about pure talent, you can do pure talent. She might be the least talented off of what she can do. And let's be honest, man. We're talking about highlight matches. Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley. Charlotte versus Sasha Banks. Charlotte versus Bayley. Charlotte versus Natalya. All the Charlotte versus Oscars. What are we talking about?
WrestleMania matches.
Come on, bro. What are we talking about? She ain't a performer. She does not have bad performances, man. I'm going to leave it at that.
Oh, that's some good shit right there.
Can I say one thing before we continue? I know. Can I say one thing before we continue? I want to just quell this real quick. We as wrestling fans tend to forget certain wrestling matches if everyone here is a true wrestling fan, you guys remember NXT, the Gargano versus Andrade matches that were fire. That literally opened up the world for everybody when those matches came out. So and then in the comments right here, people saying that Andrade is trash because if booking him is trash. But then we gotta wipe away the memory of when Andrade was probably one of the best Latino wrestlers in NXT at that moment with Bobby Roode and Shinsuke Nakamura and Samoa Joe in that class. Why is he trash now? But we forget about the times that he put wrestling on the map. But I want to put that on there. I just want to put that out there. That's one. My apologies. And great rebuttal, Mr. Dave.
He's speaking facts. So y'all better not get me fucked up in this chat. Y'all already know, man. Y'all can say what y'all want. Even in Money in the Bank, who was showing out in the men's Money in the Bank? It was like, come on, man.
You better have a good time, like you said, Kyle.
Yeah. He ain't gonna win shit, but every match he's in, he going to have the best spots, bro. So don't get it fucked up now.
And this cap right here, Andrade not boring. Like Andrade fun to watch. Like as far as match quality goes, Andrade is a great.
Now, one thing about Andrade, he's mad fun to watch. Like, he's mad fun to watch.
Ray Phoenix and Penta better. Oh my gosh.
The Ray Phoenix not Penta sure, but
Ray Phoenix ain't shit.
Sir.
I thought that was Dragon Lee when I seen him.
Oh, okay. Sir, I respect you to the stars, Mr. Black Couch Booking, but Ray Phoenix with Gingo and maybe even Javon Evans, like they're the top tier high flyers right now.
Those no, for sure. He definitely better than Dragon.
And Joe, if you hear this, I know you're gonna say, yeah, but I think Andrade is not. I respect Andrade, but Andrade is not better than Phoenix. Like not like in a good match, and I've seen Andrade versus Phoenix matches. Phoenix will destroy Andrade in technical skill and just versatility. I will give you that.
Hey, Jude, don't start that bullshit. Man.
Well, no, yeah, guess what? Andrade has a cool fucking mask. I like this fucking mask, dude. Fucking, it's pretty cool.
Okay. What happened to D-Walk?
Either way.
I didn't expect.
D-Walk had to get.
There you go.
There we
go. I was about to say D-Walk. I hope you.
Damn, you got the power.
We made him quit, bro.
Hey, we got
we made him quit. Shit. My phone ain't never did this. My phone got hot and it cut off.
We got
That's weird.
They digressed to something else. They don't know what they don't know.
Oh man, come on. Hey, whose turn is it?
It's back to team 2 now, so they can make their main points. Then team 1 to get a rebuttal after that. So it's back on Red and Dave.
Okay. Okay. I think. Yeah, Dave went into it a bit. I can go a little bit to it more in detail, I guess. Matches, notable matches. Let's go into it because we can speak about Charlotte as far as her backstage. That's it, and I'm not even gonna get into that because that's purely subjective. But as far as her matches, let's list matches, not her WrestleMania. Let's list matches that you probably don't know or probably won't know as her best matches. The Fatal 4-Way match at WrestleMania 34 with her, Bayley, Nia Jackson.
Yeah.
The fourth person was. Charlotte, remember, Vince McMahon added Charlotte to Becky's main event. What does that say? That's
because they needed her.
So, what else? Another great Charlotte match. Charlotte versus Trish at SummerSlam. Charlotte versus Trish at SummerSlam.
She made Trish Stratus, who hasn't wrestled in like 10 years, look great.
The triple threat that turned Becky heel.
Yeah.
Quote unquote. Wasn't it at SummerSlam? Wasn't it Becky? It was Becky, Charlotte, and Alexa Bliss, wasn't it?
It was either Alexa or Asuka.
SummerSlam 2018 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or it might have been a one-on-one match, either one. But yeah, that match, the Evolution match, that's a Charlotte match. That's not a Becky match. That's a Charlotte match. Because these are all consistent. Becky doesn't have she's not a match carrier.
Nope.
She wrestles great wrestlers. She had a great steel cage match at Payback with Trish Stratus. she had the great match with Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair, two people that can make wrestling look kind of real. Women's wrestling look real and not sloppy at this point, because while we talk about Charlotte's body, while it has decreased, she still has a presence in the ring. Becky's body has decreased and she has no presence in the ring. So that's how I'm gonna leave it at that. Oh yeah, the Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey versus Asuka triple threat TLC match.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What? Stop. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, excellent points, Reg, man. And like, if we're talking about all the other intangibles that make you a successful wrestler, like aura, believability, man, does Becky lose even in those categories, man? She's a skinny ass vegan that looks like she needs a sandwich. She looks weak. And I know we're gonna have people say that size doesn't matter, but how you look matters in this business. I'm sorry, man. It just does. It don't mean everything in a predetermined sport, but look and size matters on some level. And I don't think Becky looks believably like an ass kicker. She's a great talker, great promo, good at selling fights, but she is not believable at all. I honestly think she should stop doing the manhandle slam. It doesn't go with her. But I honestly think if we're talking objectively accolades, impact, consistency, we got to give it to Charlotte Flair, whether you like it or not. She lives at the top. Everybody is trying to get to that level. Everybody's trying to get to that body of work. Now, I'll admit, the last year hasn't been perfect, but the woman's just getting back from her real first major injury. It hasn't been perfect, but even with that being said, as imperfect as it been, she pulled out a solid match out of Tiffy. It wasn't spectacular, but she still pulled out a pretty damn
And
good
it had
match.
real heat. Like,
Yeah, it had real heat
matches
to it.
don't have.
Only Charlotte could get real heat on matches like that because of who she is. And I honestly think that we let the internet cloud our judgment with Charlotte now. If we snap the internet and it disappeared tomorrow and we didn't have these dirt sheets to say she's hogging the spotlight, she makes herself champion, she does this, she's drinking, I bet you we would objectively all know that the women's division is not the same when Charlotte ain't there, man. She's just too Teflon. She brings a star power that not everybody there could duplicate. Very few could duplicate. And at the end of the day, Becky Lynch, man, you can't suck for as long as you sucked. Get good at around 2018 and then claim to be
Oh my God! Hey, yo! One more point. I don't know if he passed the
Keep going.
I just remember something.
Keep going.
I just remembered something. Becky, during the initial brand split, remember they split the four horsewomen because Bayley was still on NXT. They had Sasha and Charlotte on Raw. Becky was supposed to be the face of SmackDown,
and she didn't do shit.
Bliss took her spot. Alexa Bliss
outshined her. Yep. Yeah,
Alexa Bliss
Coach is making faces because he knows.
Mickey James took her spot.
Took her spot hard. Nobody was even talking about Becky or that then. Nobody. She was a bum.
And that was and ironically, that was my favorite version of Becky. Ironically,
That shit was ass.
It was horrible, bro. He said, "Excuse me."
So, I mean, what else is there to say?
There's nothing else to say, man.
Are we done yet? Are we done yet?
I'm waiting, sir. Yes, I'm waiting for Ed to tell me.
All right, that was some good timing by y'all. Y'all made some good points. All right, team one, y'all got 6 minutes to make a rebuttal.
All right, this is all I'm gonna say. Then correct me or correct me not.
D-Walk, go. I got the last three.
Correct me or correct me not. Then they choose Becky Lynch
Go.
to win 2 belts over Charlotte.
She did. She did.
No. Didn't
going.
Charlotte get salty
going.
when
It's
they
because
swapping belts?
she needed it. She needed
No,
that.
come on,
She
man.
needed
Come on.
that. She needed
Come
that
on.
help.
Come on.
Keep going.
No,
Keep
come on.
going.
No,
Hey,
Dave, let him go. Dave, let
then
him
Charlotte,
go. Let's answer
then
that
Charlotte get
question.
salty and throw the belt on the ground, and she got
Wait,
heat for that.
Hold on.
When
Time
they're
out.
switching belts
Hold
over,
on.
Time.
Time out,
Because if
D-Walk.
y'all
Time out,
asking,
D-Walk.
because if y'all asking questions, that's gonna give them more time to talk.
Right. Don't ask
Y'all-
us questions. You
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
Y'all helping them because if y'all ask questions, they have the right to answer.
I know. No question, D-Walk. Please.
Keep going.
Oh.
Thank you,
oh
Ed.
well, okay. I mean, let me start all over. Let me rewind. All right. Then Becky was the one that they wanted to carry, so that's why she had 2 belts. Becky 2 belt. Apparently, she was doing something good. Charlie was a sore fucking loser when they swapped the belts out. She threw the fucking belt on the ground. That's why she got back heat. At least we gonna talk about that. Go ahead, Alex.
Okay. This was a quote from February 2016 from Dave Meltzer talking about Becky Lynch. 2016, not 2018, where you guys said, oh, this is no 2016, February. And I quote, Lynch is the one who was the key to the initially failing Divas Revolution, turning around. Her program with Charlotte may have been the best booked on the main roster, and it worked. The first word of that quote was Lynch, not Charlotte. I want to put that out there. Becky 2 belts was the point that got things over. Charlotte just popping out with her robe, walking in, saying the ruse, walking out was the highlight of Charlotte's career from 2018 to 2021. Let's be real. Okay, and to the rebuttal, Charlotte's holding the division. That means you're crapping on all the NXT girls that came out of NXT from 2019 to 2024. Roxanne, Tiffy, Lyra, Asuka, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley. They all came out around that time and took the division when they went to the main roster to the big. Charlotte wasn't doing that shit. Charlotte wasn't like, oh, I'm going to take care of you. No, Charlotte was out for Charlotte's own damn neck. And because of that heat that she has, it's been bad for her for years. She had a major injury. She came back a different fucking face. What the fuck ever. I'm just saying that point just to be funny about that. But the reality is Becky has been unselfish in her career. Becky has done the work. Becky has done match after match after match. Becky was the first one in the Divas Revolution, stating up in facts, that pinned the Bellas. Becky was the only one that was in a group called PCB. Becky was the only one that with Paige, remember her? The one that actually boosted up the women's division, not Charlotte and not even Becky combined, but fucking Paige helped us. Yeah, the whole little Zach, right, whatever. The point I want to say is this. Why do we have to think that Charlotte, a person that has done moves, but to a point has to stop doing those moves because her body can't take it? Over and over and over. She has been consistent. Yes, consistently boring for years upon years upon years upon years. Becky also had a match with Ronda Rousey. Why aren't we talking about that? Oh, Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey was a good match. So was Becky versus Ronda Rousey. Charlotte versus Sasha. Sasha was sometimes the highlight of those matches. Bayley was sometimes the highlight of those matches. It was never always a Charlotte was the fucking ring general every single fucking time. Statistically, it can't happen. It just can't. So all I'm saying is that Becky, for the time it is, got punched in the face accidentally, became a star. Charlotte has never been punched in the face, has never been in any accident that has boosted her ratings. All she is a 14 to now there's going to be a 28 until she retires time champion because her name is Flair. Becky got over by her damn self. No promotion, not promotion, no name, no nepotism, no second or third generation. It was just her. And the timing of wrestlers that helped her along the way. I will be real and give them credit where it's due. Sasha, Bayley, Paige, Natalia, Emma, Roxanne Perez, Lyra Valkyrie, all Nia Jax, that dumb botch of a woman back in the day. Now she's gotten better. But back in the day, remember that she broke Charlotte's back? That happened too. Remember the time that she fought Charlotte and she would fuck her up over and over and over again, and it had real heat because Nia Jax was just a fuckery? It was never roses. I remember the whole era of the Daniel Bryan era to 2020, and it was all ups and downs. Remember when James Ellsworth won the belt for Carmella? Charlotte was around that time too.
But she
Where was Charlotte there to come pick that shit up?
And no, there's no way Charlotte should have beat Asuka. No way she'd have did that. She took credit away from there.
Yep. Asuka versus what's that crazy lady from the Wyatt Six was a better match than for me personally, Asuka versus Charlotte. For me, that was a better fucking match, and that was a last woman standing match. That's all I gotta say about that. Respectfully, I'm done.
All right. Excellent rebuttal. Before you guys go, my boy D walked off, and his phone shut off earlier. And the reason why I think his phone shut off because he doesn't have an iPhone charger. This is brought to you by iPhone chargers. This will charge your phone so damn quick.
Yeah.
Your phone will never shut off when you get an iPhone charger. Fast charging.
Okay, so team 2, y'all have 4 minutes to make y'all closing arguments. So the last thing I want to say.
All right, as far as Becky, man, I'm gonna just say this: a lot of her run, Becky is vastly overrated. Like I said, ironically, her best run was her first run during the initial brand split on SmackDown. Her run as the man was super manufactured. Not to go there like that, but it is telling that she won the title the same against two believable stars, super forced, and she won by roll up. And not only that, she won on the same event where we crowned the quote unquote first African American champion, which is literally false, factually incorrect. So that's kind of going. It was kind of manufactured. Then after her reign wasn't all that because her reign outside of the Lacey Evans, Seth Rollins, Baron Corbin intergender tag match, Extreme Rules match, that was the highlight of it. Outside of that, of course, her title reign was incomplete. She had to give it up due to pregnancy. She got pregnant, so she didn't even have a full run. And after that, she wrestles good wrestlers. She has not carried one solid match. So she's not even on the tier of. She's a tier below Mickie James, in my opinion. That's all I gotta say. Go ahead, Dave.
And I'm gonna say this, man. A lot of y'all arguments contain a lot of made up information. She had a baby and then she had a baby and she came back killing. She had that fucking baby 5 years ago. Y'all are talking like this woman just gave birth 9 months ago. She had that baby 5 years ago. It hasn't been killing it all that much when she's been here. She's been in and out, in and out. Charlotte had a knee injury. What's her excuse lately? Oh, you want to write a book, then you want to come back, then you want to bitch about Twitter comments, then you want to come back. Like, what's Becky's excuse for not consistently producing good television? I want to know because it hasn't been injuries, man. She had that baby 5 years ago. I keep hearing you guys say she had the baby and she came back and was killing it.
Promos. Let's give promos outside of Charlotte. With Charlotte involved.
There's not that many. There's not that many. And honestly, up until the Lyra program, Becky wasn't doing much on the microphone. And in the ring, let's keep it a buck. I honestly think Lyra helped her shine in the ring because Lyra's really technically gifted and talented in the ring. So we keep saying that she gave birth and snapped back. No, she didn't. That's a lie. And second of all, I'm going to close it with this. Y'all keep saying Becky evolved. She didn't need the machine. There would be no Becky 2 belts if it wasn't for the machine. The same machine that you guys bitch about and hate that you say is behind Charlotte is the machine Becky needed to be who she is right now. So the very thing you hate, that's who Becky is right now. And to put a pin in it, ultimately, at the end of the day, Becky had to evolve because she was so low at the bottom. Charlotte don't have to evolve because she got her shit together and is a star. When you're a star and you always draw interest, you don't have to evolve that much. Becky constantly has to evolve. I'm done.
But she hasn't evolved with this last heel run, by the way.
All right. So we have team one. Y'all have a chance to make y'all closing arguments.
Man,
But
hey, go ahead, Alex. It sounds like they've been sucking up too
Hold
much
on.
cards off fumes.
hold on, not yet.
Wait,
Not yet.
I
because-
know. Yes, sir.
But after y'all brush y'all teeth, make sure y'all get y'all some mouthwash. Scope presented by Crest.
Man, we
All
doing
right.
better than Michael Cole and Pat
Hey,
McAfee with these fucking ads.
Hey, man, they need to
Put me
start
on
paying
that
y'all a
bitch.
sponsor, man. Y'all
Make sure to
sponsor.
drink some Cristallic
Hey.
water to drink it all down.
Hey, Jergens
Cristallic
Lotion.
water.
It
It's
keeps
better
you from
than
being
dirt.
ashy. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey,
Y'all
man.
sponsoring y'all.
All right.
Jergens Lotion.
Now, we're just doing random sponsors here. That's cool, man. All right. You like alcohol?
Oh, damn.
Cool.
I got to go get
All right,
some.
anyway, it's really cheap. It's on special right now. Go look at supermarkets. My closing points are this: the ratio of Becky Lynch promos to Charlotte promos being good or not boring, wide margin. I'm gonna say that. 2, in the time that before she became the man, I just found this out and I gotta go through the history books. She beat Charlotte 3 times back to back to back, and on Evolution and before that. And then she became the man before she was calling herself the man before she got punched by Nia Jax and before the invasion. For everything that's been said about Becky Lynch, the machine, it wasn't the machine. The machine was Vince McMahon. Up until he left, it was Vince McMahon that chose and picked all the matches and to really see who was really going to be the person that was going to be the star. And at certain points, Vince McMahon chose Becky over Charlotte, over a person that you're saying is a star. Because Vince McMahon probably saw, okay, I have Charlotte Flair, who's a Flair that's always going to be here because she's a Flair and whatever. But I have all these 3 women that came out naturally who are blowing up naturally, and my damn daughter is saying that I have to push a women's revolution. So I'll push fucking Becky and Sasha. And I always go to Vince McMahon voice. I'm sorry. For Becky, yeah, she had a baby, and then she came back. But like I said, she has been given the chance and the honor to be like, look, you've done the work. You've done everything that we've told you to do. You've never complained. You've done everything and over superseded sometimes. And sometimes you failed, but the majority of times you've superseded on promos. You've given us money. You've made us money. Go have your baby come back and then do what you need to do. We need you to go to NXT and then push some other people called Lyra Valkyrie. Okay, I'll push her. Lyra Valkyrie, by the way, I love her as a wrestler. Really cool. Reminds me of like a female Dean Malenko. I do like that. But she's as stale as crackers. Just stale. And every time she comes up with the bird thing, it just buries her more and more. You're just called Bird Lady now. You don't need to have that when you're 45 and wrestling.
She made me
Yeah,
want to
you
go
don't.
get Popeyes.
What I'm saying about exactly. And this, I wish we had a button for that. But for Becky, she has been here and will be here. And guess what? If she leaves the company and goes to AEW for whatever amount they give her, she's going to make people go over there and see her. Guaranteed. And when BBL Bailey leaves, and when she goes over there to BBL AEW, they're going to become watching over there. And as Charlotte, as much as a star as she is, she got a lot of divorce money that she has to pay. So eventually she's going to go to AEW. And then she'll be just called Flair. And that's fine. But guess what? The money that I want to see watching in AEW is Becky. The point that Charlotte has never changed, sure, she has never changed. She doesn't need to change. Guess what? John Cena never changed for 20 years, and he got so boring that he ironically got unboring. That's the point of John Cena. So if you want Charlotte Flair to become another John Cena, sure, we'll just have her for the next 10 years and do the same thing over and over and over again. Ric Flair had a unique difference between him and his daughter. He can do the same thing over and over again, but the motherfucker was never stale. The motherfucker was never stale. 70s, 80s, 90s, coked at 2000s. He was never stale. His daughter is. By the consensus of even the comments here, some of them are agreeing. My closing statement is that. Well, she's 28 now. She'll be Bird Lady when she's 35 in TNA.
John Cena
Guess what?
still
That's
ain't
what the
changed
fuck's
his
gonna
gimmick.
happen. Super absolute liar.
John Cena still ain't changed his gimmick. That motherfucker 53 still trying to rap.
Ironically, I'm done. Exactly, I'm done.
Yeah,
Is that it? Because hold on. As you know what, Kai, you go first.
Yo, pin that comment Ray put up, bro. Pin that comment Ray put up. That's all we gotta say.
Hey, Kai, I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say first. Hey,
Okay, so
Ray,
Go on,
say that
Ed.
again.
There's no way you heard that debate and objectively think me and Reg lost that. There's no way. That's all I can say.
hey,
Hey,
listen,
Ray.
man, I gotta.
Hey, hold on,
all
Ray.
right.
You better watch your mouth about Lyra.
Lyra's ass. All right, y'all. That was a great debate, man. I think this was one of the more. I mean, all the debates we did so far have been great, but that one was this one was definitely a lot of facts, a lot of information. You know, a lot of back and forth. I really enjoyed. Let me see. For the Becky side, I in my opinion, I think it's easier to, as far as the debate goes, to argue that Becky is better because there are so many different things you could attack the Charlotte one with, especially with the personal shit. You got to throw in personal shit to get Charlotte Flair over because Charlotte Flair is so OP. But with that being said, though, you know, I do think the Charlotte Flair argument had points that I didn't even think would be brought up. So I will say, I think team two that was arguing for Charlotte had a little bit better points, but I think the Becky argument, I think if y'all would have brought that shit back to I would have just focused. Y'all didn't even bring up the big time Bex thing. I think y'all should have brought up big time Bex because the evolution of Becky's character is probably the main argument you could use against Charlotte Flair, really, because she's been essentially the same shit since she started wearing a robe and shit.
I
But
said that.
you know, I don't remember the big time Bex argument. I think y'all should have brought that up for real.
I don't think you brought that up.
I did. I said that at the beginning. I said she transitioned from 3 different stages.
I didn't hear you.
Oh shit! Oh, man, maybe I was tripping, but no, I don't know. It was a good debate, but I think the Charlotte team was doing some good work in that shit. Good debate overall, though.
Y'all got lucky this time.
But hold on, it's a good debate, but I gotta go with Team Two with Rage and Dead, with Rage and Dave for a few reasons. Because I think the nepotism argument don't really matter, because you can really use that for a lot of people. Because nepotism it can get you there, but it's not gonna keep you there. She was talented enough to stay there on her own. That's why I'm not really supporting the nepotism argument. Because people say the same thing about Jey Uso, about Randy Orton, all these other people. Like nepotism won't keep you there. Like you have to actually put in the work to stay. It can get you there, but it won't keep you there. And then I think the personal stuff, that's just not wrestling related. Like when I'm looking at them as wrestlers, and I do like more. But I think they're interchangeable, to be honest. Like I think you can make a solid argument for both. But I do think Dave and Red won this debate.
But it's about the chat. Chat team, put ones in the chat for who the fuck was team one?
We gotta start making it about the chat because the chat has their biases, bro. They're not gonna look outside their biases.
Right.
They're not gonna look outside their biases.
Hold on.
Ask them though. Team one was Becky. Team two was Charlotte.
If the screen sucks ass, why is you here?
There you go. Or just put Becky or Charlotte in the chat.
Get CC out of here then.
Yeah, kiss my ass, CC your own ass to swipe right's ball.
Yeah, kick that nigga out, Ed. Yeah. Kick that nigga out.
I can't man for some reason.
I love the unity and hate for the CC.
Hold on, I'm a mod. I'll help you, bro. Don't worry, I got you. CC.
Right, we got a couple ones. We got a couple twos.
Respect Devon. Tuba neutral. I got that. Team Becky.
But what's two again?
I get that. Thank you guys. You know,
the two is Charlotte.
Okay.
Yeah. Or just put Becky or Charlotte. The same thing. You got a couple things.
Oh, he not in yet, chat. Oh, you a bitch. You gonna run? Bitch ass.
Yeah.
He said he'll run.
He ran.
I'm about to ban your whole ass.
Stratford.
It's looking like Charlotte. The chat. Well,
also for the first Earl of Stratford, I wanted to say this quick. I know that you were laughing because I compared Sol Ruka to Charlotte. If you look at Sol Ruka's finisher, it's actually Charlotte's finisher, but backwards. If you remember that,
The natural selection, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you're telling me that that's not the evolution of Charlotte there?
1, 2.
Come on, I love Soruka. Soruka is the future. I'm sorry, she is the fuck. Her and Kaylani, if she get her fucking act straight, the fucking future.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. From what I'm looking, it's hella twos in the chat. I'm not gonna hold you.
Man, this shit rigged. This shit rigged.
Y'all team too.
No, let's go, man.
It's looking like the chat looking like, damn, Charlotte is that chick. That's what it sounds like.
That shit rigged.
Yes, Charlotte. Yeah. So
that was a good debate, though, man.
It was a hell of a debate, but there's no way y'all beat us. Yeah. Good job, guys.
No, also, if we don't, I respectfully understand that there's a lot more history between Becky. And again, if we went to win-loss record, Becky has beaten Charlotte more than Charlotte has beaten Becky.
That's a point I could have brought up head to head.
No, but it didn't need to be said by like the stats. It should have been said by like the character as a person. It's all right. It's my first ever debate since other times, so I conclude that I didn't do that well. I'm fine with that. If I lose in the chat, you better give me those number ones. Give me those number ones for Becky, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bomb the chat. Anyway,
nigga, Drew, did you vote twice? And Becky still lost. That's crazy.
that nigga Jude's trying to rig the votes, bro.
That nigga voted twice and y'all still. That's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie though.
I counted the votes, including me and Kyle's votes. And Red and Dave win 12-4.
Okay, that's fine.
Hey yo, Rex, we make a good team, bro. We might have to do this again.
Man. Anybody that got a debate, like anybody, any content creator, any wrestling content creator that got a staunch opinion, come to the family. We can arrange a stream. We can arrange it where it benefits us all, and we can have a friendly debate.
And we got sponsors.
If you really want. We can either have my guy Couch or Ed. You can bring one. We can have one moderator on each team. You can have a foreign moderator and we can have a domestic moderator.
Y'all lucky, bro.
Let us know.
I was gonna step in too. I'm happy D-Walk stepped in because I'm telling you, bro. I think it's easier to debate Becky though. Like from a standpoint of.
How she was bad. She was bad the first half of her career.
No, but I'm talking about from a debate standpoint. I thought Charlotte as better, but from a debate standpoint, it's easier to get Becky because her moments are more like in your face. Charlotte shit, you really gotta go back.
And this is another thing we should have mentioned, but this don't need to be said either. It's really a fact. It's really an unsaid fact that Becky is way more over with the IWC. So
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Exactly. Thank you, Reg. Becky is very pro IW. Becky is very pro IWC. Charlotte is very the IWC hates her.
Yep.
Y'all know what y'all should have did though. Y'all didn't bring up the fact that
should do in light of the NBA Finals. Cap you a jersey.
Yo, you got jerseys. You got back. You put on back jerseys.
Hey, Dave and Rage, what y'all didn't do though? Y'all should have brought up the fact that Charlotte Flair gave Rhea Ripley her best match, and I think that would have won automatically because if you compare the Charlotte versus Rhea versus Charlotte versus Becky, that shit would have wiped the whole argument out of the water. Because Charlotte is the reason why Rhea took off after that shit. Y'all should elaborate on that shit.
We kind of know people brought that up. But yeah, we said that.
They could have said that, but Becky was sick, so I don't count that match.
I
from my memory.
Yeah, and damn, that's a good point. But here's the point I want to say. Speaking of Charlotte versus Rhea, there's a channel on YouTube called, I'm not going to plug whatever, but it's just three women who are watching wrestling for the first time, mostly women matches. The first match they watched was Charlotte versus Rhea, and next week is going to be Becky versus Charlotte. Yeah, exactly. The normies. Like, they just watched the Money in the Bank 2024.
I don't think. Well,
okay, I don't want to put free plugs, but
they cool. They cool.
Let's if we want to talk about this, we don't gotta go. We don't. This debate is over now. But
Of course.
we talk about bad Charlotte matches versus bad Becky matches. It ain't even close.
Oh, there's a couple bad Becky matches, mostly between
There's a
2014
lot
and
of bad Becky
2016.
matches.
Yeah.
Her Steve
2020.
Punk character was ass to me. I don't care what nobody. That shit
Yeah, that
was
was
fucking
ass.
garbage. I don't give a fuck what
I
nobody
bet-
say. That shit was doo-doo.
In my opinion, and me personally, Becky best rivalry in her wrestling and WWE was against Lacey Evans. In my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And it's sad that
I thought
they failed to
Lacey
justice. Other wrestlers all gone.
Lacey Evans
Yeah.
was kind of underrated though. Lacey
She
was.
She's supposed to
They should have
win
pushed
that.
her.
Yeah,
She's
bro. I
supposed to
wish
win that.
Lacey was
She's more
still here.
over than Becky, bro. She's
Yeah,
more over than Becky at that
Lacey
It
time.
was
got
just
promo.
it was just Vince booking. Like, oh, let's make her a fucking soldier and like really push that to the moon. I'm like, yeah, but it's just make her a fucking just a fighter. Like it would have been
she's
cool that she was
supposed
a
to beat
fighter.
Becky during that run. She had her and Baron Corbin was supposed to because of course Baron wasn't gonna lose. Brock was still there, but
Yeah.
Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans was supposed to win that rivalry. They're supposed to win that feud for sure.
Her best feud of what?
Exactly.
Ju? I know you're not talking about the best feud of Becky career was Lyra. Nah, that's cap. Hell no. No,
I mean,
He's got
no.
it.
I mean,
Hell
this
no.
No,
decade,
hell no, dude.
if we talk
Hell
about
no.
this
Best feud
decade,
for her against Bailey. Like just
No, I
What
thought
the hell?
the round. I thought the round shit was
you know
crazy.
what? This is another thing,
Yeah.
Dave. If you're still there, this is something else we should have brought up. Yeah, this is not. Y'all better hope this Becky and Bailey rivalry deliver because we've already seen Charlotte with all the 4 horsewomen. So we haven't seen a Becky
Yeah.
versus Bailey feud. So who's gonna carry this feud? Bailey.
yeah, just for a little bit. Because again, Bailey hasn't signed the contract yet. So it's just all based on Becky's probably going to beat Bailey because, again, that happens. And then you go on. Becky holding this Intercontinental belt, what she needs to do is like elevate it, kind of like what The Miz does with when he had it, and really push it out there. Like, I'm the man, and I'm the man with this belt, and I'm the best wrestler out there. Even crapping on Tiffy, even crapping on the other on Io, just putting it out there. Like, if you really want to elevate the Intercontinental belt, Becky, you treat it like The Miz. You treat it like it is the holy grail. And no one can touch it. That's it. Or treat it like Obo. Like you're the
Bailey
ruler.
still got a, hold on.
Hey,
Bailey
did y'all
still
see
got-
Oscar name that was in the Women's King of the Ring?
Hold on, wait. Yes, Ed, go.
Bailey still got a year and a half left on her contract. So
Yep.
Bailey's gonna carry that feud. You heard what I said, Dave? I said
Yeah.
they better hope Becky got a good feud with Bailey because we've already seen Charlotte versus all the other horsewomen.
Facts.
Yeah.
We have
Wait.
Okay.
Bleach, you tripping.
Yeah.
Bailey was during.
I was about to say the same thing.
Bailey was a main eventer.
Bailey's a main event. We haven't seen Becky cook with Bailey yet, so we'll see.
Not yet. Yeah. And again, look at Bailey. Bailey became more popular because of BBL Bailey, just because of that
Nah,
alleged thing that might have happened.
that's not.
We don't know.
Hold on.
But we just you know.
Wait, hold on, I got a question. Didn't we ban Bleach
Yeah.
fan last week?
Bleach fan, I thought y'all did, but I was sure about to.
So we gotta be
Get
somebody
him
else.
out of here. We don't do chances. Nah, he said some wild shit. Ed, that's on you, bro. Get him
Oh,
out
what
of
the
here.
hell?
Ed,
can't
that's
believe-
you, bro.
I can't ban him for some reason.
Damn.
Or kind of one of y'all, bro. Like, but nah, I was showing.
Might be somebody else
I
that
didn't
did.
say anything. Like he been here for the whole time. He ain't said nothing crazy. But nah, the last time, I can't. We can't trust you, bro. You gotta get out of here.
I had timed him out last
Yeah.
time.